Good evening, and welcome to On the Line. And I'm your host, Britton Carter. Let me first extend to you a very, very happy holiday season to you and your families. Hope you enjoy yourself. Remember to be safe, and if you're out there partying, party safe and have a good time and enjoy these holidays, okay? Before we go any further, let me remind you how to connect with us. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at On the Line. And you can also tune in with us at hashtag Watch On the Line. Tonight, as always, I have the most phenomenal guests. You know, going into this break, I wanted to bring you someone really special and unique, and I think I've accomplished that. My guest tonight is not only dynamic and talented, she's extremely beautiful and as intelligent as they come. She's an accomplished soprano vocalist whose credits range from award-winning performances. She's done commercials, jingles. She's performed with the likes of Anita Baker. She's been with Alex Bouillon. She's been with a whole gamut of entertainers in the industry of music. And tonight we are honored to have her with us. She's our home girl. She's from right here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, I bring you Miss Deborah Hunter. Deborah, glad to have you here tonight.
Thank you. I feel honored that you asked me to come. Thank you.
I'm extremely honored. You know, as you know, I've been trying to involve us with each other on different projects. I had a play and tried to entice Deborah into coming into the play, but she was so busy. She had so many other engagements. I understand. Yeah. No time for the little guy.
And when I saw it, I wish I was there. It was a great performance. I really enjoyed it.
Right, yeah. You were there, and I appreciate your support. Mm-hmm. Deborah has done some phenomenal things throughout the years. Thank you. Throughout the years. I brought Deborah on tonight specifically because, as you know, here at Keep It On The Line, my main focus is to uplift our community, to give a voice to the voiceless, to illustrate to our young adults who we don't have to be and who we can become. And what better example can I give you than with someone like Deborah Hunter? So Deborah, I'd like for you to start. Tell us a little bit about your humble beginnings, where you came from. Who is Deborah Hunter?
Well, Deborah Hunter is auntie, a girlfriend, a sister, a counselor. Right now I'm a massage therapist, a singer. I feel that it's never too late to go after your dreams. When I was a little girl, I wanted to sing as a little girl. I took piano lessons as a kid. At 6 years old, I think that's when I started. I took piano lessons for 30 years. And before my father died, he died when I was 9. And he told my mother, make sure you keep her in piano lessons. Whoop her if you have to make her keep staying in piano lessons. Okay. Because eventually it's going to pay off when she get older. Right. So by the time I got in junior high school, I wanted to play sports. So I rebelled and I stopped practicing. My mother stopped paying that $6 a week at the time for piano lessons. And then I went into sports and doing things, but as I went to school, she kept saying, go to school and get a real job. I went to Wilberforce University up there, Wilberforce, Ohio, graduated from there, and I'm a licensed social worker. And to be honest, I think I did that because my oldest sister was a social worker and I wanted to be just like her. So I've done social work for 30 years, but I always wanted to sing. And I had the opportunities every now and then to do background from here and do this a little bit. I worked at a Mercy hospital. I kept meeting people that were massage therapists. Okay. And for 10 years, I wanted to go to school for massage. Okay. I didn't have the time because I worked a lot of jobs. I had a travel agency. I was traveling. I was singing in bands. I was doing a lot of stuff. But when I got sick from eating a lot of the wrong stuff, I got sick and was away from work for, I think I was off for 2 months. At that time, I decided to seek out massage school. Went to school, fell in love with it. Started doing massage, and I did massage and social work for 4 years. Then as my clientele picked up in massage, I started only doing massage. So now I'm no longer doing social work after 30 years. I've been a massage therapist, have my own practice for 8 years.
We're gonna come back to that. I'm not doing social work anymore. Because
you're right.
Before we started the show, we were talking about that very thing, and you never really stop being a social worker. Once you're in the field, of service to human beings, you just don't get out of it. But before we go any further, I want to go back because you mentioned your father and the influence that your father had on you. But let's talk about Floretta, your mother.
Yes.
She, I don't know if our audience knows or not, but your mother was a prima donna here as a gospel singer.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Let's talk briefly
My
about
mother, I wish I could be half the woman that my mother was. My mother had a way of making any and everybody feel important. I know I have she died 4 years ago, but she left her legacy. I have about 5 cousins that all feel they were her favorite niece or nephew because she made everybody feel special. Right. You come into her house, you just want to be around her just to hear her wisdom. And a lot of my friends would always talk about this stuff. I say, well, my mother always said this. My mother always said that. She and her sister sang in a gospel group for 26 years before they got older and stopped singing. Then my sisters joined them. Then me and my sisters sang in a group for about 8 or 9 years.
So you really couldn't escape the music.
Most people
it's just
start there in church.
And it's like every day, somebody's going through the house singing.
Yes.
I can imagine you waking up to songs to James Cleveland.
Yes, exactly. Mahalia Jackson. I remember my father, what was it, the Mills Brothers. Okay. He liked the Mills Brothers. Okay. And then when I was younger, my first piano recital, I was 9 years old. I asked my mother to take me down to the Willis's, and I bought Barry White. What do a 9-year-old know about Barry White? I was playing Barry White for my recital. I got so much to give for my piano recital at that age. But that's the influence of my brothers and sisters and everybody being in music.
Right, and you do have so much to give. And speaking of that, I like to tie our conversation in, as I said, with the youth. So I hope you young ladies that are at home that feel as though that you're kind of trapped, you don't know which direction to go in. Here's an example of someone who persevered and really did everything they could do to get to where they wanted to be, and she's done just that, and we're so proud of you here. But I want to talk a little bit about the mindset of our youth and how that ties into the diet, because I know you're a big proponent of the vegan. Right?
Yes.
So,
actually, I'm a pescatarian. About 3, and it seemed like my life started evolving when I stopped physically going to the hospital to do social work, but I do it every day. It's a part of me. Even with massage, it's healing, touching. There's energy being transferred. We have control of our lives if we choose to. We live in the affect of our choices. And if you make wrong choices, you're going to live in the affect of those choices. Even when it comes to eating, even when it comes to food that's available to us, there's so much more available than those that we tend to gravitate to. Fast food, it's not really healthy. I can't think of the last time I've been to a fast food restaurant. So this past June, the second week of June, watching TV and decided to go to Netflix, and I saw the movie that everybody talks about, What the Hell. I was eating Skyline. I love Skyline. I was eating Skyline while watching it. I stopped eating the Skyline and finished watching the documentary. Then I ate the rest of my Skyline. And that was the last time I ate meat in June. Really? I remember Alicia Keys seeing her in an interview saying that she watched Food Inc. And she became a vegetarian afterwards. It sort of hit me like that. Okay. I did strict vegan for about a month and a half, and then I added some fish. So I still eat fish every now and then. Okay. But I have had 2 sisters die from pancreatic cancer. Oh, wow. So your genetics is the gun. Right. The food, your lifestyle, they're the bullets. So what are you going to put in that gun? When you have a choice to live longer or to live better, why not make those choices? Why not get informed? Why not go out there and read? What will help extend my life? What will make me feel better? As a massage therapist, I started getting, and back to my father when he said it'll pay off, it paid off with my muscle strength in my fingers. I have very strong fingers. So he thought it would pay off from playing the piano, but it paid off with massage. But I'm still healing and giving back and touching people and giving back to the community. But I used to have pain in my fingers. And I would take ibuprofen. I took all kind of over-the-counter stuff. Thank God I don't have any prescription medicines. But I took a lot of food supplements, maybe about 15 a day, 15, 16 a day. Since I stopped eating meat, I take nothing. I have no pain in my knees anymore, no pain in my hands. I'm going to start taking some vitamins eventually. But it's been since June, what is it, about 6 months, and I'm not having any pain. The difficulty
great.
I had sleeping at night, the digestive stuff, losing 15 pounds without even trying.
Right.
I just got to incorporate that after.
That is so great. You know, earlier I was listening to you and our technical support team, Brandon, speaking about the entertainers in the industry who are switching their diet, who are changing their diets. Now, does this, you know, of course we know that it helps with with your intestinal tract, but does this help to provide energy and strengthen your voice?
Yes.
You know, because you're a phenomenal singer, and we're going to ask her to give us a song here in just a second. But you know, you're a great singer, and you know, does this help to strengthen your performance?
Yes. It definitely gives you energy, and that from the food, for the dairy that I used to eat, the mucus that would drain in the back of my throat, I don't have that anymore.
So it makes it clear.
Yes, it makes it clear, along with the fact that I'm taking vocal lessons too. The older I get, the more I realize that whatever you feed into yourself, you get back. You get back. Whatever you feed into yourself, you get back. You're constantly, it's so easy to eat, I don't watch the news anymore. So it's easy to get a lot of toxic stuff, not only in your body physically, but in your mind as well. Right. Whatever you listen to, whatever you watch on TV. I remember reading the book Zig Ziglar, The Power of Positive Thinking.
Right, exactly.
And he said, why do people watch the news and go to sleep and take all that negative stuff into your psyche and you sleep on it? Right. The same way if you see a horror movie and you have dreams about it. Yes. Yeah, you know, so why not?
Yeah, you know, and that amazes me. You know, the people who watch these murder shows, Snap, for instance. You watch it Snap all night long. You want to go to sleep behind Snap? You know what I mean?
You're a product of whatever you put in you, mentally, spiritually, physically, the people you hang around that affect you emotionally. You have to start making choices about who you spend your time with. Absolutely. Some people, like Maya Angelou said, some people aren't healthy enough to take a front row seat in your life. You got to be in them loving tighties from a distance. That's family and friends. You can still love them, but they can't take that front row seat where they have that influence on you. Right. So that's when you choose your family. You choose your friends. Right.
Well, so, you know, this may be, I don't know, you know, I got a taste for a burger tonight, but...
and you can have that taste for field, just not with cow's meat. You can have that taste for field. I can tell you several places where in Northside Melts, they, from what I understand, they have a very good Philly steak and cheeseburger, but it's all vegan. Right. You know, what's the Bobby Flay at the casino?
Bobby Flay.
Oh, Bobby Flay. Yeah. The best vegan burger I've ever tasted.
Really?
I mean, you just have to go out there and look. It's available. Okay. My next thing, I just have to get rid of the fish. So.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a try. You know, I gotta lose some of these pounds. The older I get,
you would feel so much better.
And I'm trying to run up and down the court. I'm playing old man basketball.
And you're doing it.
And, you know, it's just, you know, but I can feel this weight, and it's not moving. So I'm gonna give it a try.
You're already doing it. A lot of us. They say in our late, if we can make it past our 60s, from 20 to 60s is that danger zone. If we make it past our 60s, because think about it, we're at that age where we attend a lot of funerals. A lot of people that we went to school with aren't there. I remember my mother when she was doing that. It is so emotionally draining. It's losing a part of you every time somebody you're close to.
Right. Deb, I'm going to ask you to give us a note or two, but before I do that, I got to advise you. Don't come on this show talking about 60. Okay? Don't be telling nobody my age.
I'm sorry, but I'm there too. I'm probably older than you. I'm there too.
So can we get a note or two? We were talking about a song that you might be willing to give us a little bit.
Okay. One of is requested a lot of me at last, at a James song. Yeah. And I'm able to sing that here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Acapella with no music.
This is on the line, and we do it raw here.
Okay.
Okay.
At last, my love has come along, and my lonely days And life is like a song. Oh, yeah. At last. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Beautiful,
you.
Beautiful.
And I'll be singing at the Greenwich every first Friday of the month.
Okay.
The Greenwich
Okay.
on Gilbert Avenue.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
there
our
with
spot.
Roland
That's our
Davis.
hub.
Yes.
And you know, we've got to,
Yes.
and I think that we owe it to the people at the Greenwich to really like tip our hats
Oh,
off to them
gosh.
because they support so many of
Mark.
us. You know,
Yes.
absolutely. My play was there for a month, and I'm more than welcome to go back there with anything.
Anything they need.
We were just there the other evening.
Yes.
And speaking of being there the other evening, you're in a movie, Grandpa. That's written by our good friend, Mr. Jones.
Yes,
And,
Robert Jones.
Absolutely. And he was just on last week, a couple of weeks ago.
Very nice guy.
Very
nice
That's
guy.
my guy. And,
He's mine now.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah, and he was yours in the movie, wasn't he?
Yes,
Or-
we played. We a love interest, but
Okay.
we're not really girlfriend and boyfriend. I think my character had a crush on him.
Okay.
And him being a player, he had a lot of women coming in and out. So I'm like the nurturer, helping him raise his grandson.
Okay. So for Fatal Betrayal, when I asked you to audition for Fatal Betrayal, I don't want to hear nothing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'll be there. And I also did another. I was in New York for 6 weeks last year, and there's a movie coming out with Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
It's called Good Time.
Mm-hmm.
I played an extra in that movie as well. So I played a doctor.
You are so phenomenal.
In that movie as well.
And I've seen
That's
the list of your
God.
credits, and
That's God doing
you've
that.
done countless. You've done some stage plays.
Yes.
You've been with the Black Ensemble.
Yeah, I was with Cincinnati Black Music Theater Company. Yes,
Yeah.
I was with. I did Martha Reeves in Motown Show.
Exactly.
And I was just at the Aeronaut last year with Cincinnati Music Theater Company in Billy Elliot, and I just did a play in Kentucky with Glasslight Theater. I was the fortune teller in Sideshow. Yeah,
So-
that was a really good show. So I just started doing a lot of theater lately.
That's great.
It's
so tell
never
us,
too
how-
late.
Yeah. So how does it feel to really like open up for the Pointer Sisters?
Oh God, I was singing with Pian. I was singing with her at the time.
Okay.
To open up for her, it was like they're legends.
Right.
They're legends. You know, who would not love to be there and see the Pointer Sisters singing all their hit songs? And I've been blessed to see other people do that same song, and then to feel that they feel I'm just as talented as they are to grace the stage with them.
Isn't it? And that actually happened with you. Speaking to someone where you were somewhere and you were talking about George Duke. I remember.
Oh
you
yeah, this
telling
past
me
summer,
Yeah.
I was in LA and I spent. I've been in LA a couple of times this summer, and I was hanging out with CeCe. He plays the bass for Diana Ross.
Okay.
A friend of mine that I used to sing with a band Soul Pocket years ago. She hooked us up with CeCe because I went out there to audition for Lettucey. I didn't get it, but it was an awesome experience. And he's trying to figure out what I'm going to sing. And I said, do you know anything about George Duke? And the guy said, I play for George Duke. The guitar player played for Brian Culbertson. I was going to sing a song by George Duke. I changed and sang a song by Shaka Khan. I come off stage and another woman walked up to me. She said, oh, you were great. I played for Shaka Khan. Do somebody need background vocalists or some studio work or something?
Right.
And I'm singing, and I was invited to sing at a Hispanic club while I was there.
Right.
And the guy playing the drums, we're talking. And I said, well, I'll be back in LA in a couple months. He said, I'm ready to go on tour with, Phil Collins.
Right.
So I'm hanging out with all these people, and it's like, it's just a matter of time, being in the right place. I say it's never too late to pursue your dreams.
Never
This
too
is something I wanted to do years ago. And here I am, as I take a step towards it, God just keep opening doors and opening, making opportunities. And I got a friend that's invited me to move to LA in January. She said, I want to stay with her for the next couple of months until I get a place. I think I'm going to try it. I can always come back home.
Okay, neighbor, because I was thinking about going that way myself.
Yes, exactly.
As a matter of fact, I have a friend that's in LA as we speak.
Uh-huh.
And it's ironic you say that. Do you remember AJ from Baby Boy?
Yes,
The
yes.
mother.
I love her.
so-
Health, she's doing the health
so
thing,
she-
coaching.
and she's a
AJ
great person.
Johnson.
Exactly. So I'm waiting to have a connection there. So hopefully I'll be out in LA. I'll see you.
Oh my
At least I know
goodness.
where I can come
Yes.
get a meal at.
Yes. It's a lot of people just living their lives, and I tell these young girls now, it's never too late to grow. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to pursue your dreams. It's never too late. You know, God has given us all these different opportunities and all these different variables out there that we can just take advantage of. All we have to do is just get out there and try.
And I'm so glad that you directed that comment to our youth and to remind them that it's never too late.
No matter what you think you're in. I used to do groups at the hospital, and I would see girls come in there suicidal because their boyfriend left them because they found somebody else that can take care of them better.
Okay.
Can take care of them better.
Okay.
So, and I remember talking to one of the girls, and I'm saying, well, why are you taking care of this? She was 17, he's 27. Why are you taking care of this grown man? He got a felony. He can't get a job. That was as if I should have known. He has a, oh, honey, but there's so many other options out there.
Absolutely.
So many other options out there. You're young. You can still do anything. And I would tell them, I've lived half my life, because I'm going to be 100 years old. So I'm like almost 60. I've lived this much.
Okay.
I show them, I say, you lived this much. I've lived this much. And I'm changing careers, and I still got that much to do. So if you're here, look at all this you got to do. Look at all this, all these different changes, all these different failures. Like Les Brown said, if you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
You can get up.
We all are going to fail.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. What was it, Kentucky Fried Chicken? Colonel Sanders was turned down, 250 times before he finally got somebody to say, this recipe is good enough?
That's right.
Who would have stopped after the first 10 or 100?
First 5.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you got to keep knocking at the door.
We all are gonna fail.
And one of the things that accompanies that is that in this city here in particular, and I talk about this when I have artists on because it's a big deal with me. You know, when I was producing my play and trying to get in the circle, so to speak, it's hard to get in the circle here in this city, and you know, and get some help and some direction from fellow artists. You know, that's one of the things that Robert and I and Lee, we were talking about, also Gwen, Gordon, we were talking about formulating, you know, a following here of artists that are actually just really working together, doing some things. You know, we should be able to draw from that pool.
We have enough talented people in this city that we can probably get anything done. Look, anything done if we try.
Major movies, you know.
Yeah, because people are coming here using our resources to do exactly what we can do right here.
And we live here.
Yes.
It's ours. But we don't realize it. So, you know, if you're listening to us tonight, to Deborah and myself, you know, we're asking you to please allow us to utilize each other's talents.
I'm in.
And, you know, I'm all in. I'm all in. Whatever we can provide, let's utilize each other. You know, I think that's what our youth needs to see from us. They need to see examples of us working together, and I think that's when they'll work together, you know, for the betterment of our community.
Yes, it takes a village to create. No man's an island. We can't. Nobody can do it all by themselves.
Right.
Whatever, we should be able to come to each other to get whatever we need because we have enough resources right here in the city. I shouldn't have to go to LA if I want to be in warm weather.
I hear you.
I want to be in warm weather. But we have enough people here that we can work together and make our own movies. You know, make our own. You were talking about the doctor that you're working with has his own facilities now.
Right.
I mean, one of the most dynamic people that I know. I worked with him years ago. We can create our own stuff.
We can create our own. You know, and what we have to do, we just have to have the word that I often draw from is courage. I think that it's just about courage. How much courage do you have? You know, I, like so many others, I started late. I'm a late bloomer in this industry. But hey, you know, I'm not a late bloomer. I'm on time.
Your own time.
This was my time.
You had to go through that journey to get to where you are, to appreciate where you are.
Right. No story is complete without content. You got a beginning, and if you don't have anything in the middle, what do you have?
Exactly.
You know, so we have
never
content.
too late.
We have a story to tell. You know, she's a phenomenal talent. I look forward to having you here. How much time do we have left here? Okay, 4 minutes. And this 4 minutes, what I like to really do is talk about this massage thing.
Oh,
How did you get involved?
That's
I gotta
right.
know about that. When I saw that, I'm like, well, how do you juggle that?
You're right. Massage, and we were talking about that. Once I stopped doing community social work, I was in a hospital, I had more energy and finally decided to go back to school, and I was out sick. So I checked into massage school, went to massage school, fell in love with it, and I feel so blessed to be doing what I love doing.
Okay.
Massage is a gift. I recognize it as a gift, and I don't take it for granted. I think we all have gifts. We go to school to enhance what God has blessed us with. We all have gifts. Some of us haven't figured them out yet, but I believe we all do have a gift. And I do think that massage is a gift for me too. So I worked at another company it was the only company that would hire me when I got out of massage school. And stayed there 3 months, had people come in and requested me after 1 month. And I'm like, how long does it normally take before people request you? They say about 3 or 4 months. Okay, that's enough. It's time for me to do my own thing. So I started doing massage. Now that I was no longer stressed out from doing social work, now I went to acting and modeling school. I got a manager. I wound up in New York for 6 weeks. I wound up all these opportunities because I am now really feel like I'm using my gifts. So God is blessing me more to use my blessings and my gifts. So it's all about what you give. You get back.
He definitely is, and what you put out there, you definitely do get back, and you've been getting some tremendous blessings. You've been providing.
And I don't take it for granted.
Yeah, you provided us with some great jewels, and we really, as a matter of fact, speaking of jewels, you know, I had Kathy Wade here.
I love her.
I know you do.
I love her.
I know you do.
I admire her.
I was so blessed to have Kathy.
Yes.
And when I think of Kathy Wade, I think this is a tribute not only for you, but for Kathy, who's such a phenomenal singer in her own
I
right.
love her.
And
She's so
you know, when I
talented.
think about Kathy Wade, I think about you as well. You know,
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, you have a great
I
voice.
appreciate that.
We really appreciate having you in our city. We're blessed. We're blessed to have such a unique talent. We look forward to bringing you back. I look forward to getting you in this movie.
Yes.
Don't duck my movie.
Yes,
now.
I promise.
Okay. Hey, listen. This has been Britton Carter, and you know, as always, we extend to you our greatest of greetings. We look forward to our youth developing themselves. We would like for you guys to chime in, tune in, come in. You know, chime in and come on the show. You know, we oftentimes open our doors for guests to just walk in and let's kick it, because this is what it's about. It's about community. And sometimes that has to be impromptu. This is Britton Carter. I love you. Have a good holiday. Peace.